told me to get married at 19 because I looked older. Hi everyone, my name is Cynthia, Thea for short, and this is my story, fashion. I have always been a bigger child. I look bigger than most girls my age, even boys as well. And because of that, I got treated differently in some settings, in most settings. They expected me to act older, expected me to do things that are not for my age. Got hit on by a lot of older men at the age of 14, 13, 12. I would like to assume that most of these men did not know my actual age, but I will always tell them, by the way. Am I being told that I was mature enough to get married when I was just 19? Simply because I looked mature? Or is it when a man in his 40s told me that he would take care of me if I can be a sugar baby? Mind you, I was 15 during that particular period, and I went for an event with my mom, and that was where it happened. I just had to tell him, like, bro, I'm just 15 and you're old enough to be my father. And he was like, oh, sorry, I didn't know. Whatever. I know it sounds funny now, but at that time, it wasn't funny. I felt very different and I felt out of place. Whenever I complained to mom about this man, she would tell me things like, most men are pedophilic. Most of them may know that you're actually a child, but they just want to hit on you. And she would talk me into saying that no matter how big I look, she would always know that I'm a child because of my face. But that was not the situation outside. They literally thought I was older. I've always had a very strong personality. I wasn't one to be easily bullied to silence. Whenever someone came for me, I always had a comeback. But to be very honest, having a comeback doesn't automatically mean that the comments did not get to you. Looking back now, I think some of those comments stayed with me longer than they should. I think that is one of the reasons why fashion became so important to me. Not because I hated myself, I wanted to feel more confident and be able to embrace who I am without feeling like I had to look a certain way. The funny thing is that fashion has always been around me. I grew up with a mom that was always very stylish and put together. She had her nails done, her lashes done, quite a number of piercings on her ear. She was a baddie. I made the prettiest dresses. She bought me my first hair. She literally always tried to keep me up and make me look good. When I was younger, I think I was more fashionable because she was the one dressing me. When I became a teenager, I started to struggle. So you see, fashion wasn't something I discovered overnight. It has always been a part of my environment. But it did not automatically make me confident. I still struggle with my appearance and how people perceive me and how I looked outside. Everything started changing after WAEC. I got my first phone and then I opened social media. The first app that I was drawn to was Instagram. I opened an Instagram page and a Facebook page. I realized that I was drawn to more of fashion creators, people that looked good on the media. I literally loved someone because of how they dressed or how they presented themselves. I saw how clothes can make you look different, how clothes can make you stand out, how clothes can make you look so confident. And I wanted that feeling. So around 16, I started paying more attention to styling, fashion. My Instagram feed was filled with fashion creators. I knew literally almost all of them. I started infusing what I saw on Instagram into my daily life, into my daily choice of outfits. I remember I bought my first palazzo trouser because I saw a fashion influencer styling it on Instagram. Then I got to the market and we was like, you're not buying yourself clothes. And all of a sudden, people started treating me differently, like I was one of them, like I was one of the cool kids. I remember posting a picture at 16, my 16th birthday picture. That was literally the peak for me. I did that photo shoot as like, sweet 16, you're turning a new age, blah, 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 just to like have something to hold on to as my 16th birthday. And I posted it, and literally everybody in my timeline reposted that picture. I was like, all this love, since when?
I knew that most was fake, by the way, and very superficial, but anyways.
How you present yourself matters a lot, not because your worth is tied to that, but because people actually judge you based on what they are seeing physically before they get to know you. Human beings are very superficial. The fact that you have to deal with them every day means you just have to find a way to make sure that you are not losing a balance. Fashion did not magically solve my problems, but it made me able to express who I was without trying to conform myself or make myself feel less. I did not look as small as a girl of 16 should look. Me understand that I was just a child who literally looked different. There was no harm in that. I just had to find a way around it and tailor my style to fit who I want to be, who I perceive myself to be, to make the world tell exactly who I am from the inside, even before I speak. And that is why this channel exists. I want to talk about fashion, beauty, confidence, and how you can build a stunning wardrobe on a budget. Because trust me, I for one did that. I did literally everything, the transformation, building of confidence. I did it all on a budget. because fashion was never just clothes for me. It was part of my journey to being comfortable in my own skin. It made me see how being mid-size could actually still be so hot and beautiful at the same time. If you ever felt different, awkward, too mature, or like you didn't actually fit in, if you find something that helps you on this page, welcome to my page and see you around. Bye bye.